Hey everyone, Coder Steve here. In this tutorial today I'm going to be showing you how to select data from a MySQL database using PHP. In the last tutorial in this series of the PHP lessons I showed how to insert data into MySQL database using PHP. So in this one we'll be selecting the data from the database and echoing it out on a web page. So if we go to the website, this is the page where we created the insert data form and we was testing it in the last lesson. If I F5 it, and we can add some details into this. So look at the data. So this is the data. I'm going to empty that. That's the data table in my database. So test production page, I'm going to paste in some details. So we insert the data. So title December the 10th, title December the 10th, title December the 10th. Insert the data. There's data inserted. So if we go to the data table in the database, click browse, you can see I've inserted that in there. So now on this page, I'm going to hit back. On this page, we're going to put down here the data from the database. So we're selecting the data from the database and we'll display it here. So I've got some code and stuff that I've already wrote out. So firstly, I'm going to, when I click this insert, I'm going to change it so it redirects back to this page instead of having to hit back. So I'll do that now. So you want to look at the files, and I want to grab this bit of code here because this is the header redirect. The good thing about PHP is you can, once you've written some code, you can use that code in many different files, and you can sort of go back and nick the code and then put it in where you need it. So the data insert, I guess it was this file to insert that. So instead of saying that, it says data inserted. So instead of echoing out that HTML, we'll exit it here by changing this to say production. Like that, and save to website. So now that should, when we insert the data, it should redirect us back to production.php. So if I go back to, I've got some little bits of code and stuff like that. Alright, so we'll go back to production, which is here. We'll change these. And that'll be description. And this one will be place. And we'll insert the data. And it redirected us back to this page. And if we refresh the table, you can see that's what I just inserted. Right, so now we want the data to display down here. So I've got some code and stuff. So we've got a little query which you have to run. And we'll put this on the production PHP file. Right, we'll put it just at the end of the file after the rest of the code. And I'll put select the data. Paste it in. We'll put it there. And this is just a query, it's a select query, and it selects data from a database. And in my example here, it's selecting from the data table, which is here, but you can change the name, you can change it to any of these. But I'm selecting from this one for this video. So if I click browse again, that's what we've got. Go back to the code. So we're selecting all from the data table. I'm selecting a title, the description, and the place. So that gets the title, the row title, that gets the row description, and that gets the row place, which you go back to the database, which is this one, title, this one, description, this one, place. So then we go back to to the PHP code, and then we're going to use a while loop to fetch the data, because otherwise if you use a single query it will only echo out one row. Because we've got 2 in the database, we want to select all rows and display all the rows. So I'll show you how to do that now. So you use something like this, a variable with a dot and an equals, these little marks here, and inside I've put the details I want to echo out. So we go down further, the code, I'm going to put the details to display just about here. And I've got some style which I nicked from another file, which is in one of the other lessons. So I'll paste that in here and I'll show you what it does. This top bit here, from style to style, is just a style sheet of the table which is going to display the data. Then there's a header here where I've wrote how to select data, and then a table, title, description and place, which is like the columns of the table. And this bit here is the MySQL query I just showed you above. So if we save to website, production, and we go to our website and refresh the page, there you go. You can see I've selected the data from the database and it displays it there like so. So if I was to go back to my file and write, this is a test, copy that, and I'm going to insert that in there. This is a test, this is the test, and this is a test, and I'll put this is a test title, this is a test description, this is a test place, and insert the data. It should appear under here. There you go, it's appeared at the bottom there. But you can see I've echoed out all the rows, but we ain't got the IDs. So I'm going to just add them in now and show you how to do that, because this one should say 1, 2, 3, etc. or whatever. So we'll edit that now. I'll put a little bit of code in the HTML because you want a new column title. We'll call that one ID, and then we'll go up further and we're going to put another one in here because they have to match. This has to match below in the HTML. So you can mess about, play about with it. ID, and then I've got to put another one just in here to get the ID from the table. So we'll call that one, make a new variable called ID, and we put that one in called ID, and then we'll save to website. And there we go, we've got ID equals 1, ID equals 2, ID equals 3. We've got that, title, description, place. This is a test title, this is a test description, this is a test place. So everything's there, and that's how you select data from a database. Now if you want to do some additional things like only select one row or something like that, you can use these sort of commands, or you can change the way it displays. So if I put order by ID and I put descending and F5 it, refresh it, you can see it's listed them now in a descending order. If you want to select it in a ascending order, you put ASC in capitals and you refresh it and you'll see it's gone the other way round. Now if you want to limit and only show one row, you can do it like this as well, and it will only show one. If you want to show two, you can change this, there'll be two. And if you want to show loads, you could put 1000 or however many you need. You can also, when you get more advanced, you could use pagination to create page numbers, etc., which is better because you don't want a page with like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 records all scrolling down. You'd be better at displaying about 50 and then having next page and stuff like that. So there you go. That's how to select data from your database. And if you like my video, please subscribe, hit the like button because that helps my channel a lot. And that's the end of the video, I guess. That's clearly shown how to select data from the database. Hope you enjoyed watching. I'll see you again in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe if you like. Thank you.